What up, y'all? Welcome back to Final Notice Media. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Core, and today we're going to be talking about EA laying off about 5% of its workforce. So yeah, they're releasing a lot of people from employment. It's going to be about 350 people. So apparently after you release bad games, you're just going to have to release people that work for you. And first off, I would like to say how much that sucks for the actual employees, because I don't think very many people actually get into the gaming industry because they think they're going to make money. I think people get into the gaming industry because they like video games. They want to make great video games. And unfortunately, they get sucked into these big corporations like EA, where unfortunately they're looking to make large amounts of revenue over and above what they need to operate, not produce great games. As this is obvious, I'll put some failures in the back, and then I'll put some of the good ones in the back too as this goes on. But let's go ahead and kick off this article. This article is from Vanity, so if you want to look the article up, go ahead and do that. But I'll go ahead and be putting it in front of my face as I'm reading, so that way if you're watching me, you can read along, or if you're doing something else, you can just go ahead and listen to me talk to you. So alright, let's kick this bad boy off. Electronic Arts is laying off about 350 of its 9,000 personnel staff. CEO Andrew Wilson announced in a blog post on its website Tuesday. So that's yesterday. In brief open letter, Wilson noted that the move was made to address our challenges and prepare for the opportunities ahead, and to better deliver on our commitments, refine our organization, and meet the needs of our players. It's funny that they're going to lay people off to accomplish this. I would figure the needs of the players would be to release games that work on release, instead of having tons of patches the first week to try to get your broken ass game to work. And then just like in Battlefield 5, even months after it's pre-released, they're readjusting the way hitboxes are formed and rate of fire and everything like that. You're laying people off because you push products that aren't complete and people are tired of it. And let's not forget Anthem, but we won't get into Anthem. Specifically, Wilson said changes are being made in its marketing and publishing organization, operation teams, and that our company is ramping down our current presence in Japan and Russia. These are important but very hard decisions, as we do not take them lightly. We are friends and colleagues at EA. We appreciate the value everyone's contributed, and we are doing everything we can to ensure we are looking after our people to help them through this period to find their next opportunity. This is our top priority. One thing that I know through my own experience is most CEOs, and let's just say corporate personnel, are so full of shit, and they're just gonna say the best things they can say to keep the stockholders happy and hopefully not have their stocks drop. I'd really like to see, I would love to see an article come out of one of their employees who they're laying off, how they're assisting them in finding new jobs. That sounds like a little bullshit to me, but hey, prove me wrong. I would hopefully that you're wrong, but I doubt it. Maybe a really good severance package. I'm assuming we'll just write you a really good generic, a boilerplate template for a recommendation or some crap that they're gonna mass mail out, and it's gonna say the same thing for all of them. But like I said, we'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong. A month after Activision Blizzard announced it was laying off about 800 people as a part of a major reconstruction, Activision called the move deprioritization of initiatives that didn't meet expectations. CEO of Activision, Bobby Kotick, whatever, Bobby, I can't do my job properly, said that the cuts would come from support staff while the company's consolidating its commercial operations and reorganizes its marketing initiatives. Activision will be instead investing more in line services like Battle.net, esports, and advertising efforts. More than 200 of those impacted worked at Blizzard. While our financial results in 2018 were the best in our history, we didn't realize the full potential, Bobby stated, Chief Executive Officer of Activision Blizzard, said in an earnings report statement. Electronic Arts' own earnings called in February was bleak, with Wilson noting that the Battlefield 5 missed its third quarter predictions by $1 million, something he blamed on bad marketing and the need to delay the game to make it better. Oh wow, there's a lot I can go ahead and put into that, but basically, if they're gonna get woke go broke, baby, I'd hate to still get woke go broke, but it's totally the truth. Marketing was not the issue for Battlefield 5. The issue for Battlefield 5 is historically you've been a pretty accurate, at least with like mission concerns and things like that, to history. Like you could play a Battlefield game and it felt like you were in Battlefield and it felt real and everything like that. So when you release a trailer of Battlefield 5 and you have a lady with a robotic arm rolling over or carrying a katana rolling through the fields as tanks go flying over her, like for people that have been buying and like that franchise long term, they're looking at it like, what is this, Call of Duty? And the reason people play Battlefield is because it's not Call of Duty. It's a different type of gameplay. I mean, and also let's not forget, as much as I love Battlefield 4, Battlefield 4 was broken as all hell upon release. It took a long time. So they've had a long-standing issue with releasing games that are completely broken when they come out. And that's their fault. Like, you're losing trust. There used to be a ton of companies that I actually trusted and I would pre-order games from. And I got burned like 3 times. And I was like, that's it. I'm not going to pre-order these games. I'm going to wait. I got to give them at least 6 months after the release until the game actually worked properly. And that's their bad. Like, that's something that they should have done way earlier. And instead of basically like releasing like bullcrap betas where they're just pushing out betas that they're and using us as like a game tester basically, and then not listening to what the people that are playtesting the game say, I don't know what to tell you, man. You make crap products and no one's going to want to buy it. I still haven't got Battlefield 5 yet because I don't trust it. I was waiting, maybe it'll be good when they have their whole Battle Royale, but honestly now I'm really getting tired of Battle Royale games. So I think they're just behind on the curves and they make too many bad calls and too many bad decisions. And like, you can look at reviews of Battlefield 5. None of them are good. The only ones that are good are going to be shill reviews that EA is actually paying to have their reviews done, or like they're sponsored by them, so they're afraid to say anything bad. So like, it's let gamers make great games. Don't let, someone who's just done nothing in the gaming industry that all they see is dollar signs, they want to maximize profitability, to go ahead and do this. I mean, this goes all the way back to Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront. The first one was bare bones garbage. It was not worth $60 at all. I bought it at $20 and it still didn't even feel like a $20 game. That's how long I waited to actually buy this game. And it's not good. The only good thing about it is they have couch co-op skirmish modes where you just fight waves of bad guys. Like, it's like a crappier version of Gears of War. Really is what it is. And then Battlefront 2 comes out and it was a whole just disaster with like pay to win aspects in it and all these loot boxes and all these things that cost tons of money that they're releasing on a $60 game. So maybe companies are starting to learn that you can't operate that way. Like, take some notes from Warhorse Studios. Take some notes from CD Projekt Red. Unfortunately, these companies that are making games outside of the US are doing a way better job than these big companies inside the US. And I'm not sure what that's supposed to say, but basically stop being fucking greedy and make good games that people will buy. Goodness. All right, now let's go ahead and get back. If I think about Battlefield 5 more holistically, I think we did not do a great job building momentum early in the project, he said at the time. No, they put out tons of momentum building. It's just the momentum building that they were trying to do only appeased to like 4% of the people that play games. They didn't appease to their long-term fans that have been buying multiple Battlefield games. So you're bad. And I think about this not just in the content of developing, but I think about this in the content about broader execution against the entire campaign. Our launch didn't resonate strongly as we would have liked it to with the players, and we were never truly able to catch up as our competitors continued to build momentum, whether it was Fortnite or Red Dead Redemption 2 or Call of Duty. Those games were just better than your game. It had nothing to do with it. I had my eyes on Battlefield 5 because I've been a long-term fan. I've had my eyes on it and I've been wanting to get it, but it's not worth it. Like, unfortunately, it wasn't even worth it when they had that whole catastrophe of having it 50% off a week after the release, because you screwed up. You released a shit game and then you put all this horrible marketing on top of it that didn't appease to any, like, fans of the franchise. Like, figure it out. Now you know, don't do it again. Make a good Battlefield game. While the demo for EA massive space opera game Anthem extended expectations, the game didn't do well at launch, running into launch day issues, poor reviews, and lots of fans' pushback about the way loot worked in the game. The massive layoff hits EA Tuesday, which is yesterday, and sure to stoke a continued debate around unions in the video game industry. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of unions. I knew there was a time when we really needed them, and maybe this is a time where games companies really needs them. But I don't know. Having big name companies like EA release horrible games consistently for like 4 years now, that doesn't say that they need a union. It just says that the people that are running as management for this company don't know what the hell they're doing, and they need to remove maybe a CEO or two to get this stuff on the right track. I don't think this needs unions. I don't think they're being forced to work, 70-hour work weeks for minimal pay. But I don't know too much about how the game industry gets paid and how much they push for overtime and stuff like this, and how much pressure they're putting on their employees that might not be warranted. So I can't really give you commentary on that part. The Activision Blizzard layoffs led for some calling for their CEO to be dismissed. And just months ago, the annual list of overpaid CEOs by USO included both CEOs. Yeah, so apparently the CEOs are just racking in all this money and they're not paying their people properly. That's what it sounds like, but it's hard to trust these things because for some reason people don't like other people that are making good amounts of money because they put in the work. But it sure seems like these CEOs aren't putting in the work that they should be, or they're just getting really bad advice from the other people that are managing all the properties. We'll see. I mean, it's hard to tell. Updating our organization and addressing our challenges. Today we took some part in steps. Here we go. So then it just goes down and it lists off his full statement. And we're not going to read his full statements. If you want to, it's on Vanity. I'll leave the link in the description below. And that will be that. But that's your gaming news for today. It's a little bad. Hopefully we'll be getting a trailer coming out, or I'll go through and say some of the games are releasing that I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. But we'll see how it goes. Until then, if you made it this far, please like, subscribe. If you like the content, please share it with your friends, just by word of mouth or on social media. Any little thing we can do to keep this growing is a great big help, and I super appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Final Notice Media.